Hello there, generals. So, we have a very interesting situation occur. Uh, I saw the Nick Fuentes rally. He was in a little rally. He was talking, you know, boosting the morale of the crowd, and his typical message of "you're gonna be with Trump, not the GOP," and the globalists have done all these things to us. America first, and etc. Excellent. And then they moved, right? They moved around to another stage where other people were talking. And, they sat there and they demanded to have the microphone be theirs. And, they actually got the microphone to be handed over to them. They toppled the guy that was talking and got the microphone. And then I realized that this reminded me of another situation a few months ago. And then I realized, oh wait, this is what Fuentes did to these other guys who were already on the stage is pretty much what BLM did to the Propertarians. Right? They came and just took over the stage. And on top of that, the interesting part is that the people who, at least from what Fuentes himself said afterwards, he made he streamed afterwards and he explained a bit more of the background stuff. But what he explained was that the people who organized everything, who owned the place, wanted him there. They actually wanted him there. They didn't even know how much these guys actually wanted him there, by the way. Alright? So to the point where, he had the, sanction of the actual organizers to take over the mic. So everything was in place for them to take over and do what they do. And boom! Good optics moment. Good optics moment. Right? And dominate. Dominate. Yeah. So here you have a situation, where you have a rally. Well done. Well done rally. Okay? And they didn't organize a thing. They didn't even own the freaking stage or anything. But they got it. Okay? They got it. And they kicked out whoever else was there. Alright? So, when Propertarians and go about, you need constructive criticism, but how could we have done it properly? Okay, here we have an example. Okay? From now on, we must point to this example. This is how you do it. Okay? You know what? I haven't thought about it, but you should be the BLM. Okay? You should be the BLM. You should be in a position of BLM. Alright? Not be the other side, but be the side that's taking over. That's how you win. That's how you do it. Right? So, what did they have right? Well, first of all, numbers. They had numbers. They had not only numbers, but also very, very motivated, energized group of people. That's the first thing. And supposedly, in the first rally, they collected even more people because there's a America First, first crowd. And then they got even more people from the place Fuentes was first talking, that he said 70% of the rally went with him. That's pretty good. Right? So they collected large numbers of people, moved them around with them, and that way, one way that they managed to topple the other guys was simply shouting. They simply shouted out super loud, and boom, toppled the other guy by popularity. The perception that they gave of popularity is what did it. Generals. So, yeah, that's what happened. And then they had a sanction of the people who organized the place. So that's good. Right? And another thing to notice, by the way, is that Fuentes is actually a pretty good speaker. His presence isn't, his physical presence isn't really there. But, he can speak very well. Alright? Not bad. Not bad at all. Pretty good. So, he can actually speak. Something that the Propertarians also had a problem with. They didn't put someone who actually could speak. Alright? They didn't put someone who can actually rally the crowd. Like, rally the crowd. That's what he missed. Well, these guys could. Because that's someone who could speak. Even if he's small and all that, who cares? He knows how to speak. So, that's what you have. Alright? And they didn't need tons of money. Okay, they went about, but we didn't have enough money. We realized, you know what? You didn't even have to have a closed area. You don't even have to have a closed area. Alright? No. They were in an open area and they still did it. They didn't organize the event. They still did it anyway. They still managed to do it without problems. So, despite all these things, despite many things potentially not being in his control, and Fuentes said that he was a bit uncomfortable at first, fact is that you can very damn well, succeed despite all these things, despite these shortcomings. You just have the proper things. And here's the thing, if you look at the crowd was large enough so that this is massive shield. It was like a shield, effectively. There was no way that, let's say the organizers were not on their side. Let's say that wasn't the case. You know what? You still would have succeeded. You know why? Because there's this massive shield of people, because they have large numbers of people, and it doesn't even have to be their own people. It could be people that, due to the eloquence or whatever, the good speech given by the speaker, they keep the crowd together. It forms as a shield, which means that even if, let's say, the organizers changed their mind and wanted to bring in BLM, right? Imagine that happened. This crowd formed a shield. As such, it wouldn't be possible. They wouldn't be able to do it because the people there would not let it. They would not let it because because you could, by having a good speaker, you could tell the crowd to say no. You could literally, at that point, they could probably overthrow even the organizers. All right. So that's the thing. You have the leverage, right? You have the leverage in that situation. If you have enough people, someone can actually speak. You have the leverage. If you don't have these things, then don't do a rally. Don't bother. Alright? If you don't have these things, don't bother. This is the core, the very core of doing a rally. If you don't have that, it's going to happen what happened to the Propertarians. Where they did not have leverage, they're too small a group, so they got whomped. Let's face it, there's probably more. You know the CivNat type? You know the CivNat type? Plenty of CivNats in that rally. I'm pretty sure vast majority were CivNats. Okay? But they still managed to rally the CivNats. So, I guarantee you Fuentes is doing a better job rallying those CivNats than Propertarians have been doing. Yeah. That's what we have, right? That's what we got. So, but I really love it that we have an actual example now to show Propertarians of how it's actually done. Here, let Fuentes show you how it's done. Let them be the one who will take over. Just like that. But anyway, besides these observations, alright. Besides these observations, I must conclude with this general thing of, Fuentes, very interesting was that he wasn't sure what was happening. Well, he wasn't sure what was going to happen, he said. He was a bit unsure, a bit worried, which is a very good attitude, I'd say. Always be worried. Always be wary. I mean, always be wary, because you have to keep your guard up, because at any moment things can go to heck. Because he recognized that, hey, there's stuff that's not in my control. He recognized that, and he was like, I gotta keep an eye so that so that if things go out of hand, then we can retreat. So what could have gone wrong? Well, what could have gone wrong is if he gives the wrong speech, and these guys, the crowd, goes against him. That's when things go to hell, right? That's when things go to shit. He needs the crowd around him. Otherwise, yeah, it's not gonna go very well. So I say, have a when you accompany, if you're gonna go and accompany with Civnats, make sure that a group of Civnats is big enough to shield you, and then make sure that you have you know you're able to dominate the whole place. Anyway, generals, that is all I have to say, and see ya.